All right. Hey, everybody. It's Joe Mitchell with your 10-Minute Educator, and I am ready to go. We're talking about hacks for a stress-free business. Okay, so a lot of you that listen to me work for yourselves, have your own control over your things. Isn't that great? I mean, I've been a solopreneur now for 25 years, more than that actually. And I love it. I love it. I love being the boss. I love, now, and of course, occasionally I've had employees. I've worked with virtual people. I've done all kinds of different things. But I really like being in control of my life. I really like the feeling of the independence that I get. So I want to talk about, but the only thing that's the problem with that, of course, is that when you're a solo, or when you're in a small business, you end up taking on all the jobs. You take on the marketing, you take on the finances, you take on the operations, you take on the sales. It's crazy. And so sometimes it can be very stressful to have all of these things going on and not being able to really control your time. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight about how to control that. And this doesn't just apply to solopreneurs, but it will give you, regardless of what you do, it'll give you some insight. Because I like to hack, I mean, first of all, my name is Joe Mitchell. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joe Mitchell. I'm a high performance coach and a tapping specialist. Tapping is this, EFT tapping. I also am a best-selling author and a Harvard Law grad. And I am excited to do the 10-Minute Educator, where I try to give you, in 10 minutes, I try to give you just like something usable, something that you can apply. And so with that in mind, let's look at, well, where is the stress in your business right now? Where's the stress in your life right now? And let's use that as we begin this discussion. Let's use that to flesh out how we can really apply this and make a difference in your life. Because why else listen to this if it's not going to make a difference? So let's go. So let's start with the first thing, which is this is my favorite, of course, because one of the things that I will tell you, and you'll probably hear it from me numerous times, is that 80% of success is mindset and heart set. Those two things, if you have the right mindset and the right heart set, if your mind and emotions are lined up in the right way, you have a great chance of success. But if they're not, you might be the hustler, the guy that goes for it, and find yourself not making the mark again and again and again. And that's unfortunate. So I like to begin with mindset in mind. So the first secret of mindset is see it in advance. So what you want to do, see it and feel it in advance. It's not just the mindset, it's also the heart set. You want to feel it. You want your feelings to be involved in this whole thing. So envision being productive and stress-free. And you can do that as simply as just taking one day and thinking about it, or even one task and thinking about, well, what would it be like to be productive and stress-free as I do this? And feel that feeling. Sometimes it's not easy to replace these feelings of stress and these feelings of I'm not doing enough, or there's too much going on, with the feeling of being productive and stress-free. But let me tell you, it's possible. And if you focus on it, you can do it. And I think this is equally as important as having a great strategy. It's focusing on this feeling that you want to feel. So the hack is just get into feeling, no pressure, and inspired productivity. It's all flowing through you. That's number one. Let's do number two. Establish strong work-life boundaries. So that means that if you work, especially if you're working from home, that means you work in a place, and that is the place where work happens, and everything else is not. And if people come into your space, your workspace, you let them know, this is my workspace, this is where I'm working. Please respect my boundaries. So that's a big deal. And it might show up for an employee as not overworking, not working incredible hours just to please the boss, but to set aside time, and this is the time, and you don't have people coming into your office and bothering you during the time when you are working. Okay, so that's a big one. Okay, just establish those boundaries for yourself. This is one of my favorites here. Divide and conquer. Focus single-mindedly and schedule your work with breaks. Okay, as a high performance coach, one of the things that I teach is that you take breaks. And there are a number of people that have different break times. Like, for example, the Pomodoro technique has 25 minutes and then 5 minutes. I kind of find that 5 minutes is not really enough to kind of regroup. But it's a good, if you can do that consistently, it's a really good feeling. What you can also try is 50-10. That way you can do it on the hour. But it's been researched that with a 52-minute, that maybe this might be an optimal amount of time is 52 minutes with an 18-minute break as a work relationship. And then what you want to do is that when you have that 50 or 52 minutes, you put your phone on silent, you log out of your social networks, and you focus. You get to work and you work single-handedly. You might have some binaural beats in the background, some very light music if you want, but the whole point is to focus your energy totally when you're working. And then when you're breaking, take your break, go outside, get some fresh air, jump around, stretch, breathe, eat, whatever you feel like. But get away from the desk, get away from the work. Take some time. Now, 18 minutes, that's a nice chunk of time, because by the end of that 18 minutes, you come back, you are ready to go. And that's the name of the game. Number 4, okay, this is another one of my favorites, and this is especially applicable to us solos. And that is to eliminate the extra workload by automating or outsourcing, okay? And I like to use as many computer programs to do all the things that I need to do as I possibly can. And then I like to outsource the stuff like bookkeeping, which I am good at, but I don't like. Or if I'm doing social media, I outsource some of the content creation. And I just allow myself to have a little less on my plate because I'm willing to use the computer to help me and use other people to help me. And this hack is very important, especially if you feel like, oh, I have to do everything myself. You don't have to do everything yourself, and you should learn. One of the things that I did for my 25-year stint as a full-time attorney was that I had interns in my office. And these interns would work for not the regular pay. I would give them what I call a stipend, but they would work very hard and they would gain a lot because I was mentoring them as they would go, and they would learn and learn and learn. But I could outsource it. So, and I never had to say, well, I don't have the money to hire somebody. I mean, I had employees too, but I liked having interns because they were very trainable, they were very eager to learn, and didn't have to pay them a fortune. So eliminate that extra workload. Really make it a thing in your life. And then finally, number 5, fetch some Z's and take naps. Okay, here's the thing: you gotta be rested. If you're not, I mean, one of the things that I have found is that I love to take naps. And after, a morning of working and struggle. It's not necessarily struggling, but working and feeling like, okay, I've really put in some time. I like to lay down on the bed and take it. You can do it on the floor too, but lay down on the bed and just relax. I usually play some binaural beats, something that really relaxes me, and I just let myself go. And then and usually I like 15 to 20 minutes is sort of my sweet spot, but I can do 10, I can do even 5. Makes a difference. So it doesn't need to be a long time. I generally don't fall asleep. I generally am just resting, just letting my body rest. And when I get up from that 15 or 20 minutes of rest with my headphones on and my beats going, I tell you, I am energized. I am ready to rock. And that's what but I also really make it a habit to get a good night's sleep. And we're not talking 3 or 4 hours here. I like to get between 7 and 7.5 hours every night, if I possibly can. So you've got to prioritize. This is the hack. Prioritize the sleep and take naps. You will find yourself less stressed, more productive. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be enthusiastic, passionate, and joyful. So thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Educator today. This is Hack It Up Friday, and I'm so glad to be able to give you these little hacks. I hope that you will go to my site, activateyourgreatness.com, and get yourself some chapters of my book, a couple of chapters of my book, and some free bonuses. And you can also sign up for, especially if you're a solopreneur or you're really wanting to shift things, change things, wanting to move faster, let's do a strategy session. I would love to do that with you. So just reach out to me on my website, here on Facebook, wherever. Just let me know. I want to meet with you. I want to get my act together, or take it to the next level, whatever you want to say. So thanks so much for listening. This is Joe Mitchell, and I will see you next week. I hope that you enjoyed this little hack it up time, and that there was something there that you can apply. What can you apply? Ask yourself that. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you later.